Let's just see if anybody shows up here tonight. Or is everybody like me? Usually in bed at this point. But tonight, nope, I'm not. I want to see what everybody else is up to tonight. If anything. Mm-hmm. Need some music. Music. What do we got? Hey, we got 3 up here in the house. Who do we have here this evening? Let me see if I can check out the chat. So now we got 9 in the chat. Who's the 9 we got in the chat? Shout out something to let me know who you are. Because I'm just chilling here tonight. Deciding to go live and, hey. Seeing how everybody else is doing their Wednesday evening. It's been hot here in good old Akil. We've been going through a heat wave. So it doesn't make sleep that easy. I don't have air conditioning. Well, I do have air conditioning, but I don't use it. Hello, Anthony. Anthony, where are you listening in from? As you know, we're here in Nova Scotia here. Where are you chiming in from this evening? I see there's 6 others. I've got nothing. Oh, you're from Canada too. Hey, a fellow Canadian. Nice, nice, nice. I'm in Nova Scotia. Where are you at? Yes, 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 yes. A lot of crazy things going on here in Canada. Well, depending on where you live. Hello. Is it Francesca? Francesca. It is Francesca. Hello, hello, hello. You know, guys, I haven't got nothing particular to say. I am just chiming in with the community. Cannot sleep. I ain't gonna lie, I laid down and had me a nap today, and sleep is not gonna come easy. I don't know where Asselin is. Where is Asselin? I'm not familiar with that. I'm assuming that's where you're telling me you're chiming in from. There's so many places here in Canada that I'm still yet to see, even though I was born and raised in, Canada. I haven't lived abroad ever. Um, Yet there's so much to see here, and I have only uh, hit the tip of the iceberg in terms of what there is to see. But that's usually the way it goes, busy grinding and surviving and not doing a whole lot of touring. I'm from Italy. Hey, Italy in the house. Wow. And so, what time are you in Italy right now? And if so, what time is it in Italy? Because we're hitting on about 10 p.m. here. Because I don't know what the hour difference would be in terms of there to here. But welcome, welcome, welcome. 3 a.m. So is this one of those 3 a.m.s and you can't sleep? So you're just chiming in. If that is the case, I get it. I get it. I normally just don't pop alive, but as I said, I'm allowing myself to be a little open. Yes. Francesca says yes. So Francesca, you're from Italy. Aha. Well, welcome, Francesca. And thanks for popping in. So how are things in Italy? What is the climate like there right now? Because there seems to be so much happening everywhere. Every time I go on TikTok, that seems to be my local news for anything that's happening anywhere else, because I personally, I don't watch TV, and I definitely don't watch the news, so I keep myself pretty isolated. But other than social media, that's how I get to know what's going on. So I really don't know what's going on in other places and what the climate is like right now. I do definitely know that we're going through great changes and great breakdown everywhere. The what? She says yes. What is the climate like? When I say the climate, like, what is your like? What are the energies like? The political climate from, because we are in a time of where there's such breakdown happening everywhere, and a lot of uncertainty. Actually, I don't know. From where I live, it's okay. It's really hot. So you've got it hot down there too. The sun, the sun is. This is not a. The sun has definitely heated up, because I'm noticing that with my plants. I've got some sun-friendly plants that are burning in the sun. I've had to actually remove them out of the sun because their leaves are burning. And as I said in one of my previous videos I did earlier, that we are experiencing a drought here, and there is need for rain bad. So there's no burning, no one's allowed in the woods, and it's actually I would say it's almost it's critical, especially for here. And we've got fires, forest fires going on close to me. So the climate here is not good. Every plant I have, they died. Yeah, they died in a few days. That's what happened to my friend's plant. Now I have some that, what, my pansies, they were thriving, and now they are not. Actually, I'm thinking about throwing them out because they just don't look good. But I tell you what, I is holding up for me. I planted some. Oh my goodness, what are they called? Marigolds. Marigolds are a good, strong, hardy plant, and they love the sun, and they're holding up actually with this extreme extreme heat is what I'm going to say, because uh, like I said, it's burning. It's burning everything. How old? How old am I? How old am I? I am 59 years old. Yeah, I just celebrated my 59th birthday back in July. Yeah. And why do you ask how old I am? I'm curious. What? Yeah, 59. You look like I'm 20. I'm 20? Well, look, I'm going to tell you something right now. I haven't seen 20 in uh, almost 40 years. But thank you. I'll take that. Maybe that's what's happening with the upgrade. Everything is turning back. The clock of time is turning back. So I'll accept that. You're 12. Well, Francesca, you know what? You've got, what do they say? Out of the mouths of babes comes great truth. So I'll accept that. So you're 12 and you're up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you are on a chat. Mm-hmm. Because you too are bored. Am I right? It's okay. You could have, you know what? Many places you could have been, but you chose here. So I'll accept that. Just don't give any of your personal information. And like you've already said some things, like where you live and all of that. That is not the most safest thing. Really, not with today's world. I may be safe, but anyone else that's chiming in on this chat, Francesca, may not be. So things like your personal information and that, I'm going to ask that you don't share that. Don't share anything else about yourself, because, um, hey, I feel responsible to keep you protected. Because if indeed you are 12, um, not every one of these public spaces are safe spaces, and not everyone that enters them are safe people. And I personally don't have no way of actually knowing that. So, guard your information and keep yourself safe, baby. I think that that's important for today. And thank you for letting me know that you were 12. Because 12-year-olds are needed too in this world. Very much so, actually. Yeah. I can hear the peepers. I don't know whether you all can hear the peepers, but I've got peepers that are peeping in the back. Between that and the music, it's just making for a nice ambiance. And of course, I'm drinking my water. So, how was your day? Or how have the days been for you guys? Have you noticed, have they been challenging or, um, have you just been floating through these days? Because the energy is very staticky. So if you are prone to picking up on other people's energy, it might be challenging. So that's why I'm asking, um, how have you been making it through these days? Especially considering that we just had the Lionsgate portal, which is probably starting to close or has closed. So there was a lot going on energy-wise. Or maybe you were not affected. Or you didn't notice that you were affected, because I highly doubt it that you were not affected. I think most of us were affected, whether we acknowledged it or we didn't acknowledge it. It was happening. No, my energy has been, I haven't had a lot of energy. Been struggling with my energy. It's been, uh, I've been lowballing energy wise, so, you know, I allow myself to do what it is that I absolutely have to do, and you know, be silent and still when I need to be that too as well. So, and I'm in a position in my life right now where I can, you know, uh, do what I want to do, because I am not committed too much outside my home. And right now with the crazy energy, I like that. Because I don't do crazy well. I'm already crazy enough. So, Francesca, you are in grade, I'm just going to say grade 7. School will be going back in pretty soon. Or I don't know how you all do it in Italy in reference to your schooling and what the schooling system is like there, but I'm assuming you have a grade system of 1 to 12 or 1 to 13. And you probably all as well have a summer program, or, you know, school's out for summer. So you're probably looking at going back to school pretty soon. I know my nieces and nephews are. They're kind of bored right now because there's not a lot going on. So I think that they're looking forward to getting back with their friends and all that good stuff. So when you say that it is hot in Italy, what is hot there? Because we were like 97 degrees up here today. 97, yeah, 97. And that is hot. That is like, it's extremely hot when you are surrounded with trees, and even though I may be by the water, but because of the trees and there being no breeze, I really felt like I was in a hot tent today. It wasn't so nice. I'm liking my music. Yes, I am. I hope I don't get no strikes. I just kind of like going with my vibe. So, did anybody do anything for the summer? Have you went on any summer vacations? I personally didn't. It's difficult for me to go anywhere because I have gardens and I plant a vegetable garden, and I have flower gardens, and they all need maintaining and looking after. So it keeps me pretty tied to home. Not going away anywhere for too long. But anyone go on any vacations yet, or have any planned for their so-called summer vacation? As I said, I have no plans other than to be hanging out here. It's funny, with all the heat, evenings the temperature goes down. Not necessarily this evening, because as I said, we've been in a scorcher, but uh, down to the point of where it makes you feel like fall. That is life on the East Coast. And before you know it, next month we will be looking at the temperatures changing. For real, for real. And there will be no coming back. But enough of that. I want to talk about cold weather. I think people are just popping in and popping out, popping in and popping out. Because they're bored too. They're looking for the next live, something that's going to excite them. And that's okay. I haven't much to say. As I said, I just wanted to pop on and see what everyone was up to and see who was actually going to pop in. And as I said, I can see that folk are just like me. They're looking for that something to do. And some of you are just like me in the fact that you cannot sleep. So what do? We hit our phone, looking for that human connection. This is actually better than inviting somebody into my home. Because I really felt like entertaining anybody. Nor have I really felt like being online or anything like that. I do just the necessary posting and that, but performance of any kind is not something I feel like at all. I don't feel like performing. Not that it's all a performance, because that's not it. But sometimes I have to make myself. Well, listen, I am not going to stay on because I really don't have much to talk about. I just came on here tonight and just thought, let me check out the scenery and see what's happening. And because I don't have much to talk about, although I am going live on my friend Revneet from Winds and Reflection, and we are going to be having a powerful discussion about the scarcity mindset. And that's over on Winds and Reflection, Winds and Reflection. That's my girl Revneet. Friday, 5 Nova Scotia time. Actually, it'll be 3 Chicago time because she is in Chicago, but 5 my time, which is Nova Scotian time. So I'll be live and as a guest on her channel. So get a chance, come check us out and be a part of the discussion, because we usually have some pretty powerful discussions, and good conversation is needed. And that happens to be one of the ones that's on the table, the scarcity mindset. Anyways, I am not going to stay. I just wanted to give that little bit of a shout out before I go. And I'm going to say good night. And for those that did show up, make a great evening. Bye.